Hi, I'm Hunter Gurton, your host for the Hive second digital conference. I'm going to start off with math. In math, we are currently learning how to do interpret division with fractions. And by looking at my math grades, I don't feel that I know too much and that math isn't my best subject because I have a C in this class and I'm a fingertip close to a D. I plan on improving my grades by working a lot harder and paying more attention instead of worrying about the people around me. I'm going to go into our Math Standard Journal. Our Math Standard Journal is a journal that we keep everything we learn. This is used by every time there is a problem or a question we don't understand, we'd go to our standard journal, and with the information that we put in it, it shows us how to do a problem or question. I'm going to move into science. In science, we are learning how force, motion, gravity, and much more work. I feel that in science I'm not doing so good because I currently have a C. I plan on bringing this up by doing more homework and handing it in on its due date. Now moving on to language arts, or as some like to call it, reading. We are learning how to code the passage and the question so that we get a 100% of it right. Now in reading I have a B, which to me means that I know a lot about this subject. Into writing. In writing, we are learning how to handwrite instead of type an essay or prompt so that it will be an A+ writing or essay. We are also learning how to tell if you have to write an informative or argumentative essay. As the year passed, I feel that I have excelled ever since we learned how to write an introduction paragraph. I have also learned things like how to write a correct sentence, where to put periods, exclamation marks, commas, stuff like that, and much more. Now I'm going to move on into my writing journal. But with the FSA writing test coming up, I have a lot to study for. And every day in class, we are working on a different writing, sometimes reading. And our writing journal is used for every time we want to see an A+ writing, we would go to the journal. For example, the writing on your right shows an example of my writing in my writing journal. Now going on to history, which I feel is my number one subject because I have gotten all A's in this class the whole year. We are currently working on sharing a presentations to the class, and we have to take notes of the presentation. Moving on into Class Dojo, or behavior, which I have 75% in, and how this works is the teacher will tell you if you gain or lose points by your behavior. So if you were off task, like talking to a friend, then you would lose a point. If you're helping others up, then you would gain a point. And the way this works is it teaches students how to be more responsible. For my self-reflection, I always thought that ever since the year started, I always felt a little confused while in this high-tech class. But in most subjects, I feel that I'm not doing so strong. As the year passes, things get more and more advanced. I have one sibling, my big sister, and 2 parents. With the help that my parents and sister give me, I feel that sooner or later I will improve on my grades, math, science, and reading grades because my goal is to get all A's for the 3rd quarter. Thank you for watching the Hive second virtual conference. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, eBlogger, and YouTube.
Hunter, you did a great job on your teleconference. So one of the things that I did notice is that in the graph area of the slide, where it showed as far as your behavior is considered, you had a lot of green, but I did notice in a very small font that you had a big gap of homework. Does that mean that you have missing assignments that you haven't been turning in?
Yes, it does. It does mean that I have missing assignments, but the next day I actually get them done ASAP.
Okay, but why are they missing? If there's deadlines, why are they missing?
They are missing because sometimes I just don't want to do it.
Okay, and what about the times that you tell me that you are forgetful and you forget to put the stuff in your planner?
Sometimes I do that. The computers haven't been working. We just got them working today.
What do you mean?
The computers we have they write down homework in computers in our class, on these computers in the back of the room, okay? And sometimes I just take a picture of it and I forgot to look at the picture.
Okay, well, you know we're very big on homework.
Yes.
And you have your scheduled time. When you get home from school, you're not supposed to do anything until you get that homework done. So what are you going to do differently?
Probably do more homework.
No, you will.
I will.
That's right. Because what are your grades typically?
A, B.
Okay. And what do you have right now?
2 C's.
Exactly. So we know you can do better. What about, is there any extra credit that you can do to try to go ahead and bring these grades up?
Mr. J doesn't believe in extra credit because, as he says, it allows a student to bring up the grade to fail a test or quiz and use the extra credit to bring up the grade and just keep on failing without even studying.
Okay, so there's no option for extra credit at all to try to raise your grade?
Not that I know of, but I'll talk to Mr. J.
Okay, that would be awesome, because anything at this point you can do to raise your grade. What about your reading assessment on Wednesday? Now
you writing?
You're writing. So you told me it's going to be paper and pen. Pencil. And it's not going to be electronic. You've been in your conference, you've stated that you've been working on punctuations, dealing with commas, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
How are you doing with that? Because I'm concerned that it's going to be a struggle for you since you've been relying on technology.
Well, Miss Newman usually does writings every day. She has us working on it. So until Wednesday, we're just going to keep on working on writing. And since Wednesday passed, I think Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to work all on reading.
And are you getting comfortable with it? Are you seeing improvement? Because I know in the beginning of the year, that was not your...
Yes.
That was not your forte.
Yeah.
Are you taking it serious? Because I'm not seeing a lot of stuff coming home.
On reading, I have a B. Our homework usually is working on a Tropicana speech, spelling homework, and reading log.
Okay, and I see the reminders that I get, but you are fulfilling that with the homework, correct? Yes. That's not your missing assignments?
Yes.
Yes, it is, or no, it's not?
No, it's not.
Okay. One last thing I want to ask you about, and I just forgot because you're staring at me. Do you have any questions for me? Are there things that we can do better here at home to help you to bring those C's up?
Yes, I think.
Tell me.
Well, I think that Mr. J says that if your parents don't bug you at all about homework, then they really should, and that if you don't get any homework done or your grades start going down, then you should start taking away their electronics and stuff.
But do we need to do that to you?
Maybe, since I have 2 C's instead of 1.
When we ask you about your homework, and we constantly berate you about your homework, and you tell us it's done, or that you can only do so much, what can we do differently to help you?
Check my homework.
Check your homework? You think that's going to help? Maybe. If we become more involved with checking?
Yeah.
Because I know that once you focus and get it done, it's done correctly. It's a matter of you taking the time and going back to our rules. When you get home from school, you put your bag down, homework comes first. Is that what's going on now?
Well, I do eat snack before my homework. Then, yeah.
But why do I come home sometimes in late evening and you're just getting to your homework?
Because sometimes, I have basketball like we usually do, and...
Your basketball is not in a duration of time that involves homework. Your basketball is from 7 to 8. So that's not after school.
Well, sometimes we have big assignments. Like, Mr. J gives us math homework, sometimes math and science. Sometimes if you fail the spelling test, you have spelling homework. Then we usually get reading homework. And rarely we get history homework, and sometimes we get writing homework.
All that is due in one day? Or do you have... Did she give it to you and it's, or Mr. J, do they give it to you and it's booked out so you have a couple of days to get it done?
Well, Mr. J gives us certain pages that he wants us to do, and same thing with math, he gives us certain problems.
But all your homework, when you say you have all those things, that means you have to get it done in that one night. You don't have the week to do it.
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes, it all depends on the amount of homework we have, and Mr. J will tell us it will usually be done due the next day if he says otherwise.
Okay.
Only if he says otherwise.
We need to keep talking through this, and we need to keep working towards improving this, because it's important, because I don't want to see C's.
Okay.
Because I know you're a lot better than that. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay? And remember, I don't want to have to take anything from you. We spoke about that the other night. I don't want to, because I know you can do it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.